I think the best way to seize the moment, to be honest, would be if someone came up there and and no one's really done this. And it'd been like, if it was someone I didn't know that well, but I thought they were pretty good, and it was their first time on radio, and they were like, yo, play any beat. Just play any beat. I'm about to kill this for you. And just bodied it. That still is the number one thing to do. There's no question about it to me. That's still the number one thing. To get on there and just be like, I don't need to pick the beat. You pick the beat because you're the DJ, and I'm just going to rap to whatever watch this. To me, that would be that impresses me. And if you kill it, that's going to get views. And it's going to make people like, oh, who is that? Yo, that guy had bars. Because I notice when I post videos with the unknowns, they don't get a ton of views, but they still may get 5, 10,000, 15,000 views. If you kill that early, you make an impression. Either you have an amazing personality and you let it be seen right away, or you off top are like, yo, I'm going to spit these bars and you're amazing. I think that's how you make an impression. That's what I want. Especially, I don't have that much to talk about people until you have a big story. Right. Unless you come from an amazing background, like, what are we really talking about? Right. So, that's why I want Epstein. That's why my podcast is all filled with interviewing legends, because what do I have to say to someone who has one album out? You're 22. I'm 36. I'm not a dad yet. There's a lot of things I guess I haven't experienced, but like I've already made it to being a grown up. I know this sounds insane, but like I'm a grown up. Like I pay my bills, I take care of my wife, my dog, I have a nice apartment in New York, multiple jobs. I don't owe anyone any money. I can pick up the tab when I'm with my family at dinner. What are you going to tell me? Like, you're 22. You haven't been through shit. I don't give a fuck what you've done so far, unless it's very unique. So hopefully those people, I'll give them the opportunity, and hopefully they'll jump out and be like, yo, this happened in my life and it was crazy, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of times they don't have that. And if they don't have it yet, that doesn't mean you're never going to have a story. But, like, let's get to the bars then, right? Like, let's, and then there's a combination of people who do both, right? Like, you'll have someone like Logic who'll be like, let me tell you my story. I think it's interesting. Here's what it is. And now I'm going to spit for you and it's going to be crazy. And so someone like Logic is the best case scenario because he's kind of an old soul, right? But he's young, has a story, is down to spit bars. Like, that's, can you believe how hard I just went showing off about the fact that I have my own apartment? Like, that was, I don't even own it. I rent, and I was still like, yo, I have an apartment. But it's funny, I think about those things. Like, it's one of the things I think older people don't always connect with some artists on, right? Like, J. Cole is like the voice of a generation, and a lot of people my age think J. Cole's amazing, but don't like ride or die for him. It doesn't hit you in the heart. Even though I think Cole's one of the best MCs, and I'm very happy that he's one of the people who has the game in his hands, but it doesn't feel like the ultimate emotional connection to me because J. Cole is teaching these kids about life. And I love J. Cole, but he can't teach my generation about life. He's too much younger than us. It's just, there's this disconnect that then happens, right? Some people are different, right? Like Kendrick's version is different. Kendrick doesn't teach people about life the same way. He tells you stories. So whereas J. Cole, I notice his fans cling to him emotionally. Kendrick, you kind of just love as like this artist. It's not necessarily the emo connection. And it is just like, I just love the artistry. So yeah, so it's easier as an older person, in my opinion, for me to connect to Kendrick's music than J. Cole, even though I'm very thankful for both of them, being in the position they're in.